Good day and good morning, everyone. Welcome back to today's market outlook. How was your weekend and how was last Friday night's non-farm payroll trading? So, we're going to have a look and see what is coming up for today's economic calendar before we have a recap on how the non-farm payrolls data impacted the US dollar, the major currencies, and also how it impacted gold prices. So for today, it's a Monday. After last week's exciting week, we are going to start off today with a rather docile and very soft market today in terms of economic calendar. So today we started off with the 9:30 a.m. data coming out this morning from China, which was the consumer price index, the yearly consumer price index. So the numbers came in at 2.7%, which was marginally better than market expectations of 2.6%. So no major impact from there. And towards 1:45 p.m. later today, we will be having the unemployment rate from Switzerland. And towards 4:30 p.m., we will be having the investor confidence data this will be the Eurozone investor confidence data. And towards the evening session at 8:15 p.m., we will have Canada's housing starts numbers. And finally, at 10 p.m. tonight, we will be having the US job openings and labor turnover report at 10 p.m. So today's market, again, in terms of the economic calendar, is a bit docile and a bit quiet. However, markets are still operating, especially the UK and US markets. So we should be still expecting some movements coming up during the UK and US trading sessions. Okay. So last Friday, the major focus was on the US non-farm payrolls data, or we call it the non-farm employment change data, and also the unemployment rate numbers, which was announced at 8:30 p.m. on last Friday, 7th of August. So basically, the numbers came in better than expected, with the non-farm jobs created was at 1.76 million jobs created versus market expectations of 1.53, and also the unemployment rates dropped to 10.2% versus market expectations of 10.5%, and was also better than the 11.1% reading in June. Okay, so in other words, those two data itself push up or strengthen the US dollar. But the US dollar was actually strengthening as early as Thursday after finding support at 92.50 levels. Okay, so this was what we were looking at from the 4-hour charts. Excuse me. So on the 4-hour charts, we do see the US dollar finding support at the 92.50 levels back on the 31st of July, and again on the 5th of August. Okay, so even a couple of days before the non-farm payrolls data on last Friday, the US dollar was beginning to find support. Okay, so even at the beginning of Friday morning over here at about 9 a.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time on Friday morning, the US dollar was beginning to strengthen, and towards leading up towards the release of the 8:30 p.m. news, we do see the US dollar continuing to consolidate and strengthen. And after the data was released, initially it pushed back down first. Okay, at 8:30 p.m. was this candle. So initially the US dollar weakened about 2.21 points. Okay, and then after that it started to strengthen again at 9 p.m. Okay, so but bear in mind, the bullish move started as early as last Friday, and also on last Wednesday. Okay, it consolidated, found very good support, and then after it managed to push up as early as Friday morning. Okay, so with that data being announced, and with the US dollar moving up on last Friday as early as 9 a.m., we do see the UK pound. This was the UK pound. We were analyzing it on last Friday at about 12 p.m. local Singapore and Malaysia time, and we were also analyzing it on a Thursday. So obviously, as early as Thursday, again, we do see the UK pound having difficulty to strengthen further against the US dollar. And then after, the UK pound starts to weaken. Okay, so again, as early as Friday morning at about 10 a.m., the UK pound continues to strengthen. The first move was actually here as early as 6 a.m. on Friday morning during the Asian trading sessions. The UK pound moves down from 1.3156 and starts to move down to 1.3099, going down about 56 pips. And then after again, pretty similar behavior leading up towards the non-farm payrolls data at 8:30 p.m., which was over here. Okay. Again, at 8:30 p.m., as the data was being announced, the US dollar was initially moving down first, weakening, and we do see the UK pound looks like it's strengthening a little bit, but it didn't have much conviction in the price action movement, and it couldn't get past this bearish resistance lines, bearish trend line. And then after at 9 p.m., it actually moved down again from 1.3095 all the way to 1.3008. Okay, so the move from 9 p.m. was moving down about 87 pips. So throughout the whole day, the UK pound from early in the morning, 6 a.m. all the way to early morning after the data was announced, it moved down 147 pips. Okay, so currently markets are digesting and also settling down towards the events of last Friday, and markets are going to analyze what is coming up today and also for the next few days. And currently it is still trading within this this bearish trend line, dynamic trend line, and also within the support. So to the upside, yeah, we are looking for it to test this line now, which is just like a couple of pips away. If it does manage to break this dynamic bearish trend line, we are looking for it to go towards a next target level of 1.3098, which is about 27 pips up. If it can't break this level to the top side, we are looking for it to come back down to the next support levels of 1.3038, which is about 33 pips to the downside. Okay, so this will be the short-term target prices, about almost 30 pips to the upside, and also about 30 pips to the downside for the UK pound. Okay, so pending further clarification and direction, but generally the sentiment is still generally bullish for the US dollar. Means that the UK pound could be pushing down or having some consolidation. Again, we will only know later on towards the UK trading session and also towards the US trading session. Okay, so so last Friday again, the US dollar was mostly strengthening. So on the euro dollar, we do see that the euro dollar was finding it difficult to get past these resistance levels on last Thursday, as early as last Thursday, and on last Friday again early in the morning at about 7 a.m. the euro dollar started to weaken against the US dollar from 1.1880. The morning session it went down about 60 pips, and during the UK trading session it went down another about 36 pips. And after the non-farm payrolls data was announced, again it looks like it's trying to move up, but it didn't really have that conviction and strength, and instead it then moved down. Okay, so moved down from 1.1843 all the way to 1.1754. So this was a 89 pip move down, which was amazing. Okay, so from the top to the bottom, the euro dollar fell about 120 pips. So currently it's gone quiet again. This morning there was some activity, but that move has already happened, and currently it has gone quiet. Okay, so same for this, the euro for the UK pound. This morning it went up about 30 pips, and currently it's gone quiet. So moving on to gold prices, we do see gold prices on the H4 and also on the H1 charts moving up extremely bullishly. So as the final breakout was from here, which was on the 4th of August. Okay, 4th of August, the gold prices moved up from 1,975 and touched a high of 2,075 US dollars just last week. On last Friday, touched a high of $2,075, and then after it started to retrace back, have some pullback and consolidation, and towards again towards 8:30 p.m. when the news was announced last Friday, the non-farm payrolls data. Initially, gold prices was pushing up again from 2,048 all the way to high of 2,063. However, again, at about 9 p.m., gold prices decisively pushed down from 2,060 US dollars all the way to a low of 2015. Okay, so it fell for 6 hours. Excuse me. So it fell for 6 hours from 2060 US dollars all the way to a low of 2015 US dollars. So again, a very amazing move, going down $44. And look at this, it was well supported at the H4 bullish trend line. Okay, so currently, again, gold prices are going to be consolidating for a while. Possibly there could be a chance it can push down a little bit further to test this low again at about $2,022. And to the upside, if it does have a power to push, the short-term push would be at 2,046 US dollars, which is about $15 to the upside. And again, to the downside, based on current prices of 2030, we are looking at a downside of $2,022, which is about $8 to the downside. Okay, so of course, yeah, again, we need to watch out for the UK trading sessions 2 to 4 p.m. to decide whether the gold prices will be pushing up or down. But these two target prices will be the short-term price movements. Okay, so moving on to, so by the way, as you can see, the gold prices dropped as the US dollar was strengthening on last Friday. So theoretically, the non-farm payrolls data on last Friday, it was a positive data for the US economy. And this time, for this particular time also, the US dollar did indeed follow through in terms of the theory of the news, which was strengthening the US dollar and also weakening the gold prices. Okay, so this is silver prices. Not much action happening after dropping as early as Friday morning. Silver prices consolidated throughout the rest of the trading session and also towards this morning. Similar story, S&P 500 is still consolidating, and it looks like it could possibly, it is definitely still in a bullish trend and could possibly go a bit higher. Okay, go a bit higher. Okay, I can see the data here, but definitely the S&P 500 is more than, more than recovered half of its previous losses for the last couple of months. Okay, oil prices wise, oil prices was mostly consolidating. My take on this is that last Friday everyone was mostly focusing on the US dollar movement, which the US dollar has weakened tremendously over the last 2 months or so. And the last couple of days, everyone was mostly focusing on the US dollars and also focusing on trading on the major currency pairs as the US dollar weakened or strengthened. Okay, and of course, many people were also focusing on the gold prices as some people took some profits and unwound their previous positions. So yeah, so that's the excitement for the last 5 market days. And I'm pretty sure, although today we're going to start off a pretty docile market, but rest assured, every single day there will be very good opportunities coming up. We just have to be ready for them. So I bid you guys a very good trading day ahead, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the next market update. Thank you, take care, see you tomorrow.